I recently took an inventory of my plants, and it's closer to 1,100 plants, and it's a little over 560 species. I have a Hoya here, Monstra deliciosa, Ripsalis, Syndapsis trubei multiflora, another type of Hoya, Anthurium plowmanii, Tenanthe, Burl-Marxii, Damiococcus zanifolia, Philodendron pothos neon. I definitely would have probably never called myself a plantfluencer, but that's kind of what media does. But it's nice because now I get to share it with people because I'll do an unboxing. On my YouTube channel, I'll be like, here's some of the plants. This is a little bit crazy. This is an Amdrium, I think. This one grows pretty gangbusters, and that's really beautiful. Look at that. People come to me for advice, and I've had a lot of people write into my channel or via email and say, oh my gosh, I saw your house and totally inspired me to get plants, or I went from 3 plants to like 300.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you my houseplant collection.
There are over 100 plants in this house. I'm going to try and show you all of them.
So my number 5 favorite Instagram famous plant is Pilea peperomioides.
You want that Amazon look. You want like you live in the jungle, you feel me? So I got the perfect thing for you. These Chinese evergreens.
It's been amazing how millennials have really picked up this idea of gardening, and mostly indoor gardening. It's this wonderful hobby that we have kind of somewhat control over, especially because we don't have backyards or places to call our own, really.
Today I have a very special guest joining us. This is my fiddle tree!
I like conversing with my commenters. I think people go to YouTube, more to really learn how to do something. I'm going to show you 2 plants here from the same genus. This is Xerocyssus perrieri. Make sure that you have kind of some diffuse light coming in, because the UV rays could actually harm some of these leaves. Within the last 3 years, I would say that there's been maybe 6 plant shops that have opened up just within probably a 10-minute drive of where I live. I've lived next to a plant shop for enough of my time to really understand people's motivation when going into a plant shop, and they'll see a plant and they'll say, I want that plant for there. And I'm like, do you have any idea of what your lighting is like?
I have 3 plants in my room and I have 4 in my living space. For me, it's aesthetic, and it's just like building a nice environment. I think is really important. It's a New Yorker thing. You want to be in a nice place.
We call ourselves plant parents. And once you get one, it's like it looks lonely, and so it needs a bunch more to support it. We are very emotionally attached. We name them, talk to them, everything. Our theme is artists, and then we name them all after rappers or artists that we really admire, depending on the way that they look.
I think that millennials have adopted plants as this way to express cool, because it shows a skill. It shows a level of maturity that whether you have it or not, it comes off that way on social media.
Ever since we opened, we have sensed an increase in people coming in, yes. I do think with the advent of social media, there is a lot more younger people who have never tried having a plant before who are.
Sunday is kind of my main plant day, and that's where I do thorough watering, clipping, maybe some fertilizing, repotting, and that could be anywhere from an hour to a 9-hour day, depending on what I'm doing. That for me is part of my lifestyle. That's kind of like my Netflix. I actually do integrated pest management, and in layman's terms, that's basically bringing in good bugs. Some people would be like, that's so weird, but I think when you get enough plants, you're basically creating this little ecosystem in your home. And for me, it's the only sensible way to be able to control any kind of outbreak. Otherwise, all my plants would be dead.
24 hours later, the plant was harvested.
I think what's different from now versus the 1970s or maybe some other eras is that we are more and more increasingly moving to cities. We're trying to find balance, and we're finding that in various different ways. And one of those ways is actually, I think, through plants. Some of the benefits that people often hear about bringing plants indoors is that, they clean your air. They're air purifiers. I probably have some of the cleanest air in Brooklyn. Plants help reduce your blood pressure and have an effect on your nervous system. But there's something so calming about the environment to be able to meditate and to talk about your life while you're being surrounded by all this greenery is quite a powerful experience. I just feel like we're internalizing so much more stress, you know, so much more depression, so much more anger and rage and jealousy and all these kinds of like negative emotions, if you will.
There's something about plants that make me so happy.
I feel like they make my space feel incredibly calm, they make it feel tranquil, and they make it a nice environment to work in.
If you know anyone who is sick in the hospital, bring them some plants. It will really help with their healing.
Having a plant actually really brings us, you know, a lot of joy. It's a place for people to explore themselves as well as, you know, get to know their plant. And I think that's boomed, I think, through our use of social media.
Stand clear of the closing doors, please.
One of the great things about Instagram is you could follow accounts, but you could also follow hashtags. And hashtags have been incredibly important for finding and discovering new plants. Some people might be attracted to plants from the standpoint that they just look good and they see that people are posting them and it gets a lot of likes. But my mission with the things that I do on a daily basis and the things that I'm putting out into the world is being able to have people kind of look beyond the perfunctory beauty of a plant and be able to reconnect to nature.